Monroe.
Hi, I'm Scott Richards.
And we're here today because we're talking about why Business Acumen. So we'll take you through an explanation of this in this session. So I'll hand over to you, Scott.
Thanks, Daryl. Yeah, so why is Business Acumen critical to success in your business, or whether you're a leader or a manager in your organisation? So there's some great research by an organisation called Zenger-Folkman, and they did some research looking at the top leaders in a project base. So they looked at which were the leaders that brought out the best results in delivering the project.
Yep.
And so what they did was they looked at the top 10%. And so what is the top 10% leaders, and what do they do? And so then they isolated, in their characteristics of what they did, they isolated acumen and they isolated execution. And when they talk about acumen, they looked at two things: your technical ability and then your financial literacy.
Right.
And so when we work with people, we're not really working with their technical ability, we're talking about their financial literacy.
Generally they bring that to their role or to their business.
Exactly, yeah. And so what they found was when they isolated just acumen, of the top 10%, 9% of them had acumen, but they didn't have execution.
Wow, that's quite low, 9%.
Yeah, so only 9% had. Then in the top 10%, of these top 10%, they looked at the people who had execution, so to be able to get things done, but they didn't have acumen.
So that would be pretty much core for a project leader, wouldn't you think?
You would think so, yeah, exactly. So 12%.
12%.
So only 1 in 10 who were able to execute but didn't have acumen. So then what they did was they looked at what percentage of the people had both acumen and execution.
So to be, what? Is it the combination of those
21%, is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm wondering.
No, it was 79%.
Wow, exponential.
So 4/5 of the top 10% had acumen, so the ability, they had technical ability, they had the ability for financial literacy, and they also had the ability to execute.
So this meant, if I interpret what you're saying, 79% higher probability of getting in the top 10% of the top project leaders. So what's the missing component?
Is business acumen.
Yes.
So if you want to increase your chance of moving up the corporate ladder, if you want to increase your chance of success in business, then we believe business acumen is key. Is your financial literacy and the ability to execute.
So maybe there's a good time to review what we say is our definition of business acumen. You know, knowing how your business makes its money and how to drive execution, and all within the context of the business or the organisation to deliver extraordinary results. And our formula is financial intelligence times strategic intelligence within emotional intelligence equals extraordinary results.
Yeah, and this research really reinforces why business acumen is important for whether you're in business, whether you're a leader. And when we work in our workshops, in our coaching, in our masterminds, this is our basis of when we're working with people. So it's not enough just to have financial literacy, as we spoke about before. It's not enough just to be able to be good at getting things done. You need to be able to do it together. But then if you want to be a leader, you need to have that emotional intelligence.
And it's interesting to be reinforced with the organisations we work with. Often we find that the ability to execute according to the strategic intent is actually where the weakness lies. The other thing that we find is the development of budgets that are not linked back to strategic intent and failing to deliver that as well. So there's quite a lot involved here, isn't it?
Oh, exactly. And I don't know how many organisations where the organisation is getting the managers to do their budgets, but they have no idea on the financial literacy of the manager.
Yes.
And if that manager does not understand the strategy,
Yep.
that nothing is linked, and there's that level of you're only going to reach that ceiling and you're not going to break through for success in your business or your organisation.
So having these two, but layering it through the lens of emotional intelligence is really what it's that step back and reevaluate everything you're hearing, because the numbers only tell part of the story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, excellent, Scott.
Yeah, no, thank you, Daryl. And that hopefully that's given you a bit more of understanding of why business acumen is important for your business or for you as a manager.
It's critical.
Yeah, exactly.
Really. Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Daryl.
And we'll look forward to seeing you in a future session.
Thank you.